What's up, guys? My name is Ryan. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. So I'm super excited because tonight is the first movie night review video of the year, and because Josh is back. Guys, look, Josh is here. He hasn't been in, like, I don't know, the last 5-7 videos.
Yeah.
Josh, explain to the people why you haven't been reviewing movies with me lately.
I've been hopelessly addicted to crack. No, I'm sorry. I watched the SpongeBob movie and almost died. So we're back.
Nah, he just didn't care about any of the movies that came out at the end of the year that I cared to see.
We saw some together and we could have talked about them.
We saw David.
Yeah, we saw David, but honestly, like,
Josh didn't care.
I mean, you could have put it up there, but I mean, it wouldn't have been positive at all.
But tonight, I'm so excited because guess what? We're watching a movie I have not seen before, and all you people out there are going to be mad I haven't seen this, and you know what it is from the title. We're watching Christopher Nolan's Inception, so I'm so excited to finally check this out, and so we're going to watch the movie, let y'all know what we think after. See you there. Okay, Josh. We just finished Inception.
Yeah.
You go first, please.
Yeah, Ryan's flabbergasted at the film. So
Yeah.
This film, I've already seen this film. I saw this film about a year or two ago. I never watched it when it came out in the 2010s, and honestly, I regretted it because everybody and their mother talked about this film. But somehow, also during that entire time, I also was able to avoid all of the spoilers. It's also probably, when you think about it, it's one of the most referenced movies metaphorically, like in common cultural talk. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, this is Inception" or something like this, or that. For a while, that was the case, and so
I've heard all the like references and stuff like that.
And so this film had a lot of cultural meaning. It also just it's an iconic film in every respect. It's definitely like one of those modern classics. Like when it dropped, it was pretty. Everybody knew it was amazing.
Yeah.
When I watched it, and even watching it back now, I mean, this is one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films. I'd probably put Interstellar up there. I would put The Dark Knight up there. I would put Oppenheimer up there. But like Inception's like 2 or 1 in my opinion. I think this film is excellent. I love what it does to your mind. It's really trippy the way it plays with time, and how he talks about the compound and everything, and just how the times operate in different layers. It's insane. Like that entire concept is crazy, and obviously Nolan thought it all through. The actual cinematography of the film, like the different shots, the different ways, like especially like the van is going into the water, and so they've lost gravity in the first layer, and then when they go into the second layer, like he's having to figure out how to like drop them without gravity, and obviously an elevator is a great way of doing that because you can do that with an elevator. Mm-hmm. And so that's just like insane. Like there's incredible things that like Christopher Nolan's done. Everybody who acted in this film did a really good job. It had a stellar, like one of the most impressive casts you'll see in the film.
Yeah.
Like you have Tom Hardy, you have Cillian Murphy, you have Leonardo DiCaprio. I
think his name's Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, sorry. William Levitt, what's his name?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in this. The girl who's in Dark Knight Rises, she's the...
Oh, she's Talia?
Yeah, she's Talia.
Yeah, she's Talia.
She's Talia Ghul in Dark Knight Rises. And so, yeah, Christopher Nolan likes to also, like, work with a bunch of the same people.
I noticed that.
Like, that's, like, a big theme of him. He likes working with guys like Matt Damon, likes working with guys like Leo, likes working with... Like, he just likes working with, like, a whole host of these guys. And so he's... like I said, this was, like, one of his masterpieces. I love this film. I think that it's really hard to find a critique of the film. It's just really solid.
Nice. What would you give it out of 10?
Oh, it's definitely like... I think it's one of those films you have to say it's like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. It's really hard to say otherwise. Like, the film is so good. The film is so well shot. And it doesn't really, like... Yeah, it's confusing at times, but it's not confusing because the movie's running around aimlessly. It's confusing just because the concept is so complex. So then, like, Nolan, it's probably not confusing at all. To Nolan, it's like, yeah, this all makes sense. So he just killed it. Ryan, what did you think about Inception?
Oh my gosh, the ending. I'll talk about that at the end. So I'm so glad I've finally seen this film. It was a lot of fun, very well made. The cinematography was fantastic. Everything was fantastic. The cast, everything. I don't think I have any major critiques about the film. Just everything was just so well done. Oh, it was just so cool visually. It was a very visually pleasing film to watch. Like you said, Josh, how he has to figure out how to, what is it, kick?
Yeah, he has
how to get them to kick, and he uses the elevator and just the fighting when the room was spinning and all that. It was just so visually pleasing. This film was masterfully filmed. It was so cool. This was just a really fun, interesting concept for a film. I'm having trouble untangling my thoughts because that ending, which I'll get to in just a moment, it was real trippy. It, like you told me, Josh, like I've heard from you and a lot of other people that this film is really trippy film and it can be hard to understand. And I guess that's really one of the only critiques I have about the film, is that I felt like it was giving you a lot of information, which wasn't a bad thing. I just think I need to rewatch it to remember all the information. The film can feel like it's throwing a bunch of information at you, but this is a film that definitely I need to rewatch, and I think it will go up for me on rewatch. The only real big criticism I have about the film is the ending with the top. I have no idea what to say about that. I don't like it being open to interpretation, because I think the top falls. I think it does. It cuts right to black at that moment where it's like, did it fall, did it not? I think it did. But if it didn't, then I have a huge problem with this film. He chooses to look at his kids and not look at the top to make sure it falls, to make sure he's not in another dream, right? Mm-hmm. He intentionally doesn't look at it. But if he doesn't make sure it's not a dream, if he is in a dream, then his kids in the real world grow up without a father, and that's terrible, is it not?
I mean, yeah.
But I think it drops. Oh, I don't know if it drops. I'm pretty sure it does. But, I just don't like the ending. I heard that the ending was trippy, and it was one of those endings that's open to interpretation. But, I don't like it if he's still in a dream. That makes me upset. Oh, gosh, the ending. Josh tried to explain it to me. I still don't get why the ending was the way it was. But overall, just a really good film. I see why it's a modern classic, why so many people love this film. It's definitely very enjoyable. I think right now I'd give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10, but it could go up on rewatch. It's only missing a few points for me because, like I said, it can feel like it's throwing a bunch of information at you, and like Josh will tell y'all, like I was asking him questions throughout the film. I was just like, wait, how does this work again? Like, why is this character doing this? Like, what does this mean? And also, the ending, if that top doesn't drop, I don't like that. I don't like what that means. But I'm so glad I finally watched this film. I think that's all I gotta say. You have anything else, Josh? You wanna try and explain the ending to me again?
Yeah, so, like, the biggest thing about this film, especially when you get to Maul, is that Maul's whole thing is about what is reality? Like, what is even reality? Because reality could be, and I hate saying it like this because I don't really think this does it justice what they're trying to say in the film, but it's like anything could be reality. And so for him, for like Maul, like especially like when they're in the limbo scene, that's reality for Maul. Even though this is obviously not reality, this is the limbo state. Because Maul has no problem seeing the kids. And remember, like he keeps saying like, those are not my real children. Whenever it's the children that don't look at him and who also he doesn't look at. And so he'll say that those aren't his real children. So basically when the ending comes around and the children look at him and he looks at the children, it's saying, these are my real children. But the thing is, like, obviously with the top, like, going out, I think the top is obviously falling, and so he's in reality.
Are you saying that, like, in the dream his children won't look at him, but if it's reality, that's why his children look at him, because he's in reality?
Yes, but that's the whole thing. That's, like, the trippy part, like, because it, like, remember what Mel said, like, reality is, like, could be anything what you want it to be. And so, like, is that actual, like, what real life is? Maybe not. But is that reality for him? That's reality for him. And so that's, like, the thing is, like, because at that point, it doesn't, and this is, like, I think the bigger thing that Nolan is saying, it doesn't matter what because he doesn't care about the top, and it doesn't matter what the top falls, because he's okay with this life that he's in now. And he's okay with the fact that he's content with the fact that he's back with his children, even if they're not real children, because he doesn't know if they're real children, because he doesn't care to know if they're the real children.
Oh, that's terrible, though.
But the thing is, like, he's convinced that they're real. Like, remember, though, he's convinced that they're real because he looked at them and because they looked at him. You see what I'm saying? Like, because when they turn around.
Okay, I get that.
But Ryan, that's the whole thing. It's like you can't think of it any deeper than that, because, like, that's the whole thing. is that you might not like that, but that's what actually happened. Because the thing is not that he.
But my problem is, if they're saying he stays in the dream, if he doesn't make sure it's reality, he's leaving his real life children without a father.
But the thing is, right, that this is the thing, right? He doesn't know that because he thinks these are his real children. Because he thinks this is his reality. Because he looked at the children. And so regardless of like, yeah, that's what would actually happen, but that's not like he doesn't know that because he thinks this is his real stuff. You see what I'm saying?
I think I kind of get it now.
Like,
yeah.
And that matter, and I think that's the thing you have to realize. That, like, you could think what you want to think, but think about what the character wants to think. The character, that's what matters to him. That this is his real children, not that it's actually the real children, but that this is his real children. You see what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah.
So regardless of like if he's in the dream state or not, he's not thinking like, oh, I hope I'm not in the dream state. I hope I'm in the dream state. He's just thinking this is real life because these are my real children. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's all that mattered to him. Like, because you think about like even throughout the whole film, what is his main concern? His main concern is the children.
Getting it back to his children.
Like literally, that was the entire thing of the film, and that's
Right.
also like a theme of Christopher Nolan films, by the way. That was in Interstellar. That was also like you think about it. What is the whole plot of Interstellar? Getting back to his children. So, and this is around that same time, by the way, that this film dropped. Like he had a crazy span where he dropped Inception and then Interstellar, which is insane.
Yeah.
But like. That's like a big theme of Nolan's. And so that's something that you see present in Inception. And I think like regardless of what me and you think about that, like, yeah, it's terrible that it's children, but like if that's the case, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I don't actually believe that's the case. I think the dreidel drop. I mean, the top obviously was dropping. The top was starting to wobble more at the end, proving to the fact that it's not it is reality.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, for him, like I said, the bigger theme is that ultimately for him, this is reality. Like regardless of like for us, if it's reality or not, the bigger thing is that for him, this is reality.
My big problem with that is that I feel like that communicates a really bad message, does it not? Like reality.
Well, he doesn't know. Remember, Ryan, he never checked the like he doesn't know that because he thinks this is reality. Like you have to. This is the thing I'm telling you. Like
I know, but
he's not saying subjective reality is good. He's just like this is reality. Me and you are like, well, he like the top could fall, the top could not, and then it's reality. But like he doesn't know that.
Oh my gosh!
I see that you're like what your concern is with the theme, but I don't think that's really like what he's trying to convey is like just make like anything to be like subjective reality. No, it's like there is a reality, but like
there is reality. There is truth. I feel like. I'm afraid he's trying to say what is truth and convince you that truth is relative. Reality is relative when it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. But the whole thing is like, is that what the father thought? Is that what Leo's character is thinking in that moment? I think Leo's character is pretty convinced that that's reality.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
The really thing is like it's not even really a commentary on truth, right? Like that's not what.
Yeah.
That's not what Christopher Nolan's trying to do with that. I think like Christopher Nolan's blatantly trying to like specifically point to Leo's character and show you he's content no matter what's happening. Because his thing is like you can think reality stuff, but like that's like in a metaphysical way, like the way we think about it. Like there's actually in this world that is in the film, there's actually different like. World like there's different like dream states and layers, right? Mm-hmm. That actually exist. So he's got to actually worry about those problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whereas we don't, like because there is just like a one singular reality that we exist in. So I don't know. I think it's just very different for this film in my opinion. Like I think the bigger theme of the film is just like it's a following of of Leo's character to becoming content with what he's gotten into getting back to reality. And so the whole thing is like he is back in reality. And that's why like you even think about the film, right? Like how did the film start, Ryan? The film started where it ended.
Yeah.
The film started with Saito.
With him going to Saito when he was old. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think this could be honestly like a whole like I don't think there'll ever be a conversation that'll make you feel good about the ending to Inception. I don't think there's anybody that does feel good about the ending to Inception. I think that there's people who are okay with the ending to Inception, like because I think they understand what Nolan's going for there. But I think it's just like the thing. You can't think too much about what you want to think about. You have to think more about like what Nolan wants you to think about. And I don't typically like that, but for like this, I think you honestly have to think about it like that. My thing is, I ultimately think Nolan was being pretty obvious with it. Like, I think Nolan was obviously saying this is the real reality, right? This is like real life, real life.
Yeah. I think it's reality. I'm pretty sure that top dropped.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was dropping. I mean, the top started wobbling, so I mean, it was, to me, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And I think anybody who says otherwise is crazy.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah, for me, I think this is just a film that I really need to watch again, you know, and really need to think about it. Like you said, I don't think I'm ever going to be 100% okay with this ending. I don't really like these type of endings like that. So interesting what Nolan does with this film. I'm really curious why the decision to make it open-ended though.
See, that's the thing. I just don't think he made it open-ended.
I'm just gonna stop because we're gonna keep going through this loop. We're gonna okay, but overall, really enjoyed this film. I'm looking forward to watching this again. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and let us know down below what you think of Inception if you've seen it. Subscribe and all that. Click right here to watch our previous movie night video, which was, I think, K-pop Demon Hunters, maybe SpongeBob, whatever it was, I'll put it right there. And here's a playlist of all our movie night videos. You can go check some of those fun videos out if you would like. Hope you all have a blessed one. I'll see you all the next time.